Shalom. We are the ICBK coming out 1 West on the 25th Street, Harlem, New York, under commanding general honor. Pay your tithes, support the men that's fighting in this truth for you. Even if you don't agree with us, you got to agree with us on some things, so you should support the things that you do agree on. You know, that makes sense?
Right.
All right. So the topic today is going to be the two witnesses and the testimony. Now, people is really starting to try to get the knowledge because everything is going on in the world. They're really trying to get the knowledge of this Bible right now, right? They're really trying to get it. It's funny because a lot of them, you know, either they sneak listening to ISUPK or they just don't want to deal with ISUPK at all because they don't like. It's funny because a lot of times they'll point out one thing that they don't like about us and decide, no, I don't want to deal with them because I don't like that. You know what I'm saying? That's really not an adult version of judging something. You know what I'm saying? There's plenty of people, you know, all throughout like YouTube that I disagree with, you know, on whatever point, but I want them to sit there and listen to them. You know what I'm saying? You know, just to see, you know, what the total matter of the deal is, you know. And some things I agree with, and a lot of things that I don't. You know what I'm saying? You know, but one thing also is, you know, for these Israelite groups and all of that. I mean, how with that type of sense of judgment, how they going to rule the earth with that? Because when you're judging something, don't you have to listen? You have to. Could you imagine the judge? Could anybody imagine the judge did that? If you went to court, if the judge did that, if there's one little thing he didn't like about you or whatever, no, I'm not. You know, this nigga's automatically guilty. He's guilty. Could you imagine that? No. You know what I'm saying? You don't like the way you wear a beard. You wear a beard to court. You know what I'm saying? So now you done lost the case because of that. You know what I'm saying? Right. Now we're gonna be held at a way higher standard than what a judge is nowadays. We're gonna have to be held at a way higher standard. So we're gonna have to know the Most High's laws, how to break them down, and how to be able to see and judge between one matter and another. Because we're gonna be judging the earth. We're gonna be judging countries. You know, what was it? Country? Some insignificant country, Yakutsk. What this country called? Your Kurtz or Yakutsk is one of the coldest places on the earth.
Oh,
a lot of people don't know nothing about.
God.
You know what I'm saying? They got an issue with Catalan. You know, Catalan is kind of like Spain, but it's its own country though.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You know, you got Spain on the right side, and then that sliver down the, you know what I'm saying? The part that looked like a face, that's Portugal.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But then up north from that, you got, you know what I'm saying, the offshoot of them is called Catalan. And it's the country where they farm at and stuff like that, but they are their own country. Right. You know, them two countries have an issue, you know what I'm saying, that they can't resolve. Guess who they're going to come for to resolve it? They're going to be coming to us.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? Even the big nations, them too. They're going to be coming to us, you know, and we're going to have to give them the Most High's judgment, not no judgment based on some biased thought that we have. You know what I'm saying? Okay. We're going to be judging righteously. Right. See, that's what's going to be one of the things that's going to make the kingdom of God so good. Right. You know what I'm saying? The guilty will get punished. The innocent will go free. Right. You know what I'm saying? Right. That's how it's going to be. You know, the guilty that owes somebody something, and we're going to make them pay them. You know, if it's judged that they owe them, we're going to make them pay them. You know, but like I was saying, you know, you got a lot of people that's, really trying to get into understanding these Bible prophecies. All right. You know, and one of the things what are they doing now? They're also dipping into Revelations, right? The same book that they was terrified of. Now they're trying to, dip into Revelation to see what's going on. You know, if they can, find something, but they got to learn from the ICPK. That's right. It's not going to work. That book is sealed. You know what I'm saying? It's sealed, to outsiders. All right. You know what I'm saying? They might understand one little point of it or something like that, but it's sealed. Exactly. You know, it's just like it has to be a key to open doors, right? And without that key, your ass ain't getting in. You know what I'm saying? Or a key to open a safe. You know what I'm saying? You got to know the combination, or things like that. Well, they don't know the combination to Revelations or neither of the other books, but they, a lot of the end time prophecy dudes is more interested in Revelations, because they know we're in the end times, and they said they're making a whole lot of money about some stuff that they don't even understand.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
One of the things we're going to deal with the two witnesses. Now, Black, Hispanics, and Native Indians want to have brotherhood in the nation. You got to support. Blacks, Hispanics are the two witnesses. Now, the ones that's out there, but is every one of us out there teaching the truth? No. Other people just carving their everyday lives and everything, right? But what should they do? They should support, the men that are out there on the streets. They should support the ISUPK.
Right.
Where this truth comes from. They don't need to support the other ones because that's working wrong. They're like, you can't pay you only have one way to pay your tithes.
Right.
One group to pay your tithes. You couldn't just tithe anywhere. You know what I'm saying? You couldn't just give your tithes and then act like that's your 10%. You know what I'm saying? As the saying goes, when you know better, do better, right?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So now if you know the ISUPK is the home of the truth, then where the hell should the tithes go? I don't give a damn who you kick it with, you know what I'm saying? You see, you like this group and that group, but you know that the ISUPK is the home of the truth. Right. This is where your tithes need to be. You got to aim it correctly in order to even get the blessing. You know what I'm saying? You just can't give to anybody.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? What was the scripture? When thou doest good, consider to whom thou doest. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Hell. You give to the purple group, and then you might be helping fund somebody's trip to go kill another sister. You know what I'm saying? You pat yourself on the back for that, huh? You know what I'm saying? You might be giving somebody, money to where they go and run the gun, and then do all the raping that they want to do. Right. You know what I'm saying? Do all the molestation and all of that they want to damn do over in Ghana. Or either paying for somebody's Passover where they go to the strip club. You know what I'm saying? You paying them hoes. You tied to them. They take that money and go to the damn strip club and celebrate the Passover at the strip club. I'm still wondering what the logic was behind that. Right. You know what I'm saying? How can they put that in the scripture? You know what I'm saying? I'm still wondering about that one right there. I want to hear that breakdown. You know what I'm saying? I bet you that'd be absolutely hilarious. Yeah, but you gotta watch. You damn sure shouldn't give it to that damn Christian church either. You're not tithing when you give it to him. All right. You know what I'm saying? You're not tithing when you give it to these world ministries, TD Jakes, Creflo Dollar. You're not tithing. Because what does the scripture say? Him who gives to the rich shall surely come to want. And that scripture, that ain't me saying that. Matter of fact, I want to pull that scripture right there, right quick. You know the scripture that is?
Off the top.
Okay, come on. Google it right quick.
Yeah, I would say that. Paraphrasing this. KJV.
Right.
It should pop up. Got it.
Okay, I think I got it. Proverbs 22 and 20
and what?
I think it's Proverbs 22 and 16. Yeah, Proverbs 22 and 16. The deer hunter's the devil that the Bible speaks of.
That's right.
You got it?
Oh, what you want to get?
Proverbs 22 and 16.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, you shouldn't, you got to understand where it is, just like the scriptures say, when you do what's good, consider who you do it to.
Right.
Always consider that, They didn't do that. Go ahead.
Okay, Proverbs chapter 22, verse 16. I, Jesus, have sent my angel to testify unto you these things in the churches.
Is that Proverbs 22 and 16? Proverbs, yeah. Proverbs 22 and 16. Yeah, always consider who you are doing it to. You know, it was a sister one time that, because you know the scripture when it talks about, you know, let the you know, when you're on your way to the feast and somebody's on their way, let them stay with you, right?
Yeah.
I'm paraphrasing, but it was a woman, you know, in the world in some fake Israelite group, or she might not have been a part of any group at all. I don't know, but she let somebody stay there and they killed her.
In scriptures?
No, this happened, you know.
Oh,
Yeah,
in like reality.
Right, in the world, yeah.
I don't
Yeah, this is you know, she didn't understand, you know. For one thing, a lot of these people's out here without no guidance, so they got a twisted version of the scripture. She was, you know, how do they say the pathway to hell is lined with good intentions?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Well, she knew that day. You know what I'm saying? But she let somebody was on their way to some fake, I think it was a fake Israelite group Passover, and they ended up staying with her and ended up killing her. I think she got raped and killed.
Damn, I didn't hear that. How long?
This happened years ago.
I was just saying, how long was this?
Yeah, this probably happened like somewhere around the time when I very first came into the truth.
You've been around for what, 5-6 years?
In 5 years. Yeah, this happened like in 2016.
Yeah. All right.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
And this happened in what city?
I don't remember what city it was though. I don't remember what city. I just know what the act that actually happened. She did good, but she didn't consider who she was doing it for. You know, but that good deed got her killed. You know what I'm saying? Got her murdered. I think she got raped and murdered too. Go ahead.
Proverbs chapter 22, verse 16. He that oppressed the poor to increase his riches, and he that gives to the rich shall surely come to want.
Says, he that gives to the rich shall surely come to want. How do you know when you give it to the rich? You know that you give it to the rich because, for one thing, nothing gets trickled back down.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And, you know, like, you know, when things come to the UPK, right, and it goes up to the head, everything is, you know, resources and everything gets distributed down. That's how the ICPK is able to pay people's rent. You know what I'm saying? Able to pay for, you know, people that can't afford it to make it to Passovers and, you know, and so that they don't get left out. You know what I'm saying? For, you know, people that people that's in the soldiers that's in the schools need the light bill paid and need this and need that. You know what I'm saying? That actually comes from the tithe money.
It does, right.
You know what I'm saying? That comes from the tithe money, you
right.
know. Yeah, you know, that's how we're able to do it. A sister, you know, that's single, that's in need of help, you know what I'm saying? It goes to her. Need food, it goes to that person, you know what I'm saying? But what do? They don't send nothing back down. TD Jakes and Purple Dollar, they ain't gonna send a goddamn thing back down to you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Or you get some of them little oil things and little handkerchief. They tell you to pray for the blessing. And you get that, which don't cost them anything to make, to 20 cents maybe to make. Right. And you done gave a $50, $60 donation and got that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, like you know, like they put the power of God on it or something, and it come back to you and it's gonna bless you. No, that's not how it works.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's how one of the ways that you know you give it to the rich. Another way you want to see, look at their estate, look what they live at, and look where you live at. Simple as that. You know, look where they stay. You ever seen some of the mega pastors' houses? You know what I'm saying? They living bigger than a lot of movie stars and stuff like that. They got acres and acres of land. I mean, you know, I seen, what was it? I think it was Joyce Myers. You can't even call it their house. What do you call that?
A mansion?
No, it was more than a mansion.
A palace?
No, it's more than a palace because there's multiple buildings. Fucking It's like a compound.
That's compound. A city.
Yeah, compound, a little small city or something. Yeah, it's more like that. They don't even. As a matter of fact, that is better than what a lot of movie stars and ball players and stuff have, because they have mansions.
Right. Yeah.
These people got damn, they have whole worlds, and they got places where they can just stay at for months and months on end and not even damn leave it. You know what I'm saying? And that's almost like a little small town that they got.
Yeah, town. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But except it's like paradise type of town. You know what I'm saying? Palm trees, all type of every damn thing you could think of. You know what I'm saying? And they want to have all that because they want to invite a bunch of teenagers there. A bunch of little teens and 12-year-olds. That's I mean, think about it. They ain't got no big old huge families like that, and they damn sure don't want their own families and stuff staying there. Only they real close ones are the only ones that they look out for.
Right.
The other ones, they ain't giving them a goddamn thing.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They don't give a damn about second cousins and all of that shit. So what are they doing with all of that land? You know what I'm saying? What the hell are they doing with it? They inviting little teenagers and stuff like that over there. You know what I'm saying? Remember, young man, you remember the Bakers? Tammy Baker, Jim Baker.
You talking singing?
No, the Christian televangelist.
Oh yeah,
that couple.
He was big somewhere.
Yeah, she was getting her back blown out by them young dudes.
She was.
Yeah, and Jim Baker's wife. They got caught up in a huge scandal. You remember that?
I really used to beg all the time.
Right, yeah, he sure did. And there's Jimmy Swagger too. He used to cry and beg and everything. Said, Lord, I've offended you. You remember that? He would put on that display and everybody's hearts would just melt. And this money in the bank, boy. Golly. His scandal, he probably got richer after his scandal than what he got before the damn scandal. You know what I'm saying?
Got caught cheating on his wife with pretend fire.
Right, yeah. This is Jimmy Swagger.
Yeah.
Said, Lord, I've offended you. Yeah. Yeah, real tough though. So when you do good, you got to consider who you're doing it for. And everybody that want to know about the two witnesses, I got a sad story for you. The two witnesses is the two nations of people that you can't damn stand.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Blacks and Hispanics.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? When I say that, I thought, that of course a Native Indian will be categorized among them also. You know what I'm saying? Which is making it two. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Two nations, because as we multiplied, we grew to be two. When the kingdom was split into two nations, to where we became, two totally separate nations at that time.
Similar to Israel.
Right.
Right. Yeah.
But and two kingdoms. There's two nations.
Yeah.
There's two nations and two kingdoms.
Two kingdoms. Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Even
Northern
though-
kingdom, southern kingdom.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah. Got it. Yeah.
So let's go now. Everybody's interested in who the two witnesses are, right?
Right.
Until you say it's us. All of a sudden, the interests go out the window now, don't it? We'd much rather believe that it's two white dudes with clergy collars on running around doing magic tricks. Anybody seen that show, Megiddo, the Christian show? Megiddo, they used to come on TVN back in the day. It was supposed to be about the apocalypse and stuff like that. It was called Megiddo. It was the rapture, people disappeared, and all of that stuff was going in. It really had a lot of Christians shook up. It had two priests, Catholic priests, running around. And they supposed to be going against the powers of Satan and all of that stuff. And people believe that. You got to understand something. Prophetic language. You got to understand prophetic language.
Right.
Especially like in Revelation, because it's not literal. The things are not literal.
Right.
It's not saying two people. Just like when it say, the number of the beast is the number of a man. It's not talking about one damn dude. You know what I'm saying? Everybody running around thinking the Antichrist is one guy running around and he's going to be like the super sorcerer or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Lay off the damn Disney movies or whatever the hell it is that people be watching.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You got to understand that a man is also a bloodline of people. You know what I'm saying? That is a man. They come from one man, just like Esau is a man. His descendants pretty much run the world today. Moab is a man. You know what I'm saying? His descendants. It's like what? It's about 5 billion of them goddamn people, ain't it? Hell, I know they got an army of somewhere like some millions. They got the biggest army in the world. As far as manpower wise.
So like if I may, you got to think about the stocks of them too.
To the stocks, you got all the different. You got to think. Moab. The name Moab means seed, and boy, did he fulfill that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You got the Chinese. You know what I'm saying? You got the Koreans, North and South Koreans,
Japanese.
right? The Japanese, Laos, Vietnam, Cambodia, Mongolia. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then the other stuff that I ain't even mentioning right now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's so many of them.
Yeah. Taiwan, I think they own separate country, ain't they?
Taiwan, I believe so.
And the Philippines. They all got the Pacific Islands too.
Yeah.
They were the slave masters there. Them and Esau were slave masters in the damn Pacific Islands.
Mm-hmm.
You know. Yeah, remember that show Hawaii Five-0?
Yeah.
Remember you had Jack Lord. He was like the top detective, and his right hand dude was a Chinese dude.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
No, I didn't watch the entire show, but the show's still on right now.
Hawaii Five-0.
Yeah,
come on one of them old stations like T1 type stations. Right.
Yeah, no, I mean it's a decent show, but yeah, kind of I know exactly what you're talking about. Yeah. Yep, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Right. And then you had Spain. I think Spain was like number one, the number one devil nation over there.
Oh, okay.
At the time, as far as because that's why they speak Spanish over in some of the Philippines. They speak Spanish. You know what I'm saying? And it's funny because a lot of them are Muslim stuff too over there. No, I'm thinking about Indonesia.
I should say, really?
Yeah, Indonesia is where a lot of Asians are Muslims. A lot of them. A lot of them.
You said a lot of Mexicans over there being Muslim too. I read some column.
Talk about where you talking about the Pacific Islands?
No, where the Arabics be at.
Yeah.
There are a lot of around Islam. All the Mexicans.
Yeah. They doing the same things we doing.
Okay.
There's like a lot of Puerto Ricans. You know what I'm saying? You see them running around with the bald head and the beard. You know what I'm saying? That's one of the reasons why Ishmael can always weave himself in among them. That's how you get the DJ Khaled's and all that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because the Puerto Ricans do exactly the same the stuff that we do. The tribe of Judah do.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but okay, let's go into Jeremiah 33 and 24.
Okay, Jeremiah 33:24. Consider thou not what these people have spoken.
Now I'm going to tell you the reason why when we say that the two witnesses is blacks and Hispanics. Now this is the reason why nobody wants to listen to that. Instead of just saying, well, hey, I never heard that before. Yeah, let's look into that. They say, no, straight up, no. They don't know a goddamn thing about the Bible, but they can just tell you, who you're not in the Bible. And they don't understand none of the prophecy. If you don't understand something, and you understand that your teachings are limited, inside that Christian church, and somebody come with something that you never heard before in the scripture, the wise thing to do would be sit there, consider, and just listen to what they're saying before you make a rebuttal.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That would be a wise thing to do right there. You hear what he's saying and then see how you can cut it.
Right.
Simple as that, But the main reason why is we're going to find it out in this scripture right here. Go ahead.
Okay, Jeremiah 33, chapter 24. The two families which the Lord has chosen.
The two families which the Lord has chosen. Now, who's the two families? Judah and Israel.
Right.
Go ahead.
He had even cast them off.
He said he had cast them off. Ain't this what they say? Now, check this out. Listen to this. You ever heard a Christian say this? He'll talk about the Jewish people being the people of God, right?
Mm-hmm.
But then you tell them, no, it's us. And they'll say something like, well, if it's us, we was cast off. Well, okay, why wasn't they cast off? Or why is it only cast off if we say that we did?
Right.
Why are we only cast off then? You know what I'm saying? Hell, they cast off. If that's the case, I mean, they were every evil empire, every evil damn entity it is on the face of the planet.
Right.
Why we got these ones that's cast off, right?
Right.
Go ahead.
He has, thou, they have despised my people.
They did what?
Thou, they have despised my people.
They have despised the Most High's people. They despise us to this day. That's one of the reasons why they don't want to hear about us being the Israelites or being the two witnesses, none of that. Because they despise us. They look to despise somebody is to look at somebody as low value.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They look at us as scum.
Right.
You know, but they just to show you that they don't know the scriptures. When we was oppressed up under another nation, we was always looked at as the scum.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? We was always, this ain't our first dance with that. You know what I'm saying? Right. That's a characteristic of, you know, the Israelites. What was we looked at as in ancient Egypt? We was looked at as the scum in ancient Egypt. You know what I'm saying? This is how they, man. So this Egypt is no different.
Right.
It's the same deal. Go ahead.
That they shall be no more a nation before them.
Sound like Psalms 83, don't it? There will be no nation before them, and this is and even black people is on board with this.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It seemed like they would be excited.
Right.
Man, that means I'm one of the two witnesses. You know what I'm saying? I'm a part of the nations as one of the two witnesses. It seemed like they'd be amazed, right?
Yeah.
They'd be happy because of that.
Yeah.
But this goes to show you just how bad and low our self-esteem is.
Right.
We hear something like that. We the greatest people in the world, and we want to argue and fight the person that said it.
Right.
Golly, how much more of a slave can you get than that? You can't do that. You can just you can go to another race and tell them they're the greatest people on earth, even though it's a damn lie. I don't give a damn. They could be the lowest mud hut African. You tell them that, they're going to believe it. You know what I'm saying? They could be living in a doodoo hut some damn where, you know what I'm saying, running around half naked with them loin things on, you know what I'm saying? Running around with mud all over them and the damn keloid marks where they can poke themselves and all that stuff. Drinking blood, doing all type of heathen customs, and you tell them they're the greatest people on the planet, they gonna believe it. You know what I'm saying? They gonna believe it instantly. You know why? Because they're not slaves. And this also proves that we're not Africans. We're different damn people. We're different people. When Idi Amin took power, right?
Oh yeah, that's right, kind of.
Now, what the first thing that he did when he took power, and one of the things that got him elected in the power and had made the people love him, is the fact that he was going to run them East Indians off. You know what I'm saying? They was holding him to. He said that he was going to run them off, and when he, took power, he ran them the hell up out of there. You know what I'm saying? He ran them East Indians out of there and made sure that they didn't make no more money off of his people.
Right.
And guess what? The people was happy about that. They celebrated, they partied, and all of that stuff because they're not slaves.
Right.
Free people think that way. Slaves don't think like that. Free people think that way. Just because you poor don't mean you're a slave. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And then it got to the point to where the Africans took over those shops that the East Indians had, but the mother country, India, cut off the supply because they ran their people out. Them people didn't give a damn. They didn't sit there and bend to the will of the damn East Indians and let the people go back in there. Hell no, they didn't do that. They stood strong in their stance.
Right.
We will not protest one damn business here unless they do something messed up, and then we forget about it in a week. They didn't even have to do nothing. They couldn't stand that another nation is among them, making all that money among them. You know what I'm saying? And not breaking them off. And hell, they might have even been breaking them off. And they like, hell, all of this stuff that they running, we can take this. Which started funny. We understand this when it comes to like the dope game. You know what I'm saying? Niggas will sit there, and have somebody, paying them to sell dope on their territory. But hell, once they figure they don't need them no more, they're gonna run them the hell off. Or they're gonna go to war or something, you know what I'm saying? We understand it when it comes to the dope game, but we don't even understand it when it comes to the most important thing that's on the damn planet, which is your race.
Right.
Race is more important than that motherfucking money.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Race is more important. Race is everything.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It trumps gender and all of that. You know what I'm saying? Race is everything. It always has been. Read the Bible from cover to cover. Race is everything.
Right.
And without it, go ahead.
So like I also say we actually got a shirt. You know, I got a shirt that says "Race is everything."
Mm.
You know what I mean? That
Hey, I need one of those.
yeah, kind of, yeah. It's on the Florida account. UPK Flyware.
Okay,
Yeah, it's decent. It's about 25, 30, you know.
right.
$30,
okay. Yeah, I got it.
Yeah, I need more
Shirt
colors
like that.
myself.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
do too.
I got that yellowish one.
God,
Yeah, no, race is, like you said, race is everything.
right.
Yeah.
Everything, you know.
Yeah, so important. Like, I mean, man, like once again, like Captain Kataza, if I may, like Captain Kataza, you know, out of New York, he said that, you know, it's not a, how can I say it? Okay, you know how people talk about racism and race, they think it's a black and white thing, right? Now, Captain Kataza says it's not a black and white thing, it's a Jacob and Esau thing.
Right.
And a lot of people don't know what the difference is.
Right.
And that right there is so deep, because it's like, damn, like when you put it into that perspective and you really understand it, it makes a lot more sense.
Right.
It's not about your skin color.
Right.
It's much more than that.
Right.
Nobody was talking about skin color when it came to Cain and Abel.
Right.
No one talked about it with Jacob and Esau.
Right. Nobody talked about it
In
when
general.
it came to Isaac and the Philistines.
There you go.
You know what I'm saying? When it came to King
There you
David
go.
and Goliath.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? The family that you are, that's your race. That is the most important thing.
Mm.
It is, you know, as far as being people, and everybody else seem to understand this. All these different agendas is fighting for position of who the hell's going to be on the top.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? Like we always say, life is warfare.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody wants to see, even in, like I say, in the animal kingdom, the insect kingdom, and all of that. Everything is fighting for supremacy. Everything. You know, even you go to the prisons, it's the same damn thing. Everybody wants to be the top gang in prison. Everybody wants to, you know, they gang to monopolize the cigarettes. You know, monopolize the damn noodles, whatever the hell it is they monopolize. You know what I'm saying? You know, they set a monopoly on the ramen noodles. You know what I'm saying? You got the noodle don and the noodle king.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You know, everything and everybody is fighting for supremacy.
Right.
You know, look at the Nature Channel. The wasp versus some other type of bug and all of that. You know, they want to dominate.
Right.
And if you're the type that don't want to dominate, then you're just going to get steamrolled by everybody. Everybody's going to steamroll you just like what they do us right now.
Right.
But why can we get these? Here's the funny thing about it. Why do we get these concepts when we in prison? We in prison and you forced to stick with your race. We get the concept then. But you get out of prison and then you lose the concept. That makes no sense.
Right.
Could you imagine going to prison and you got a gang and they all about everybody? They're gonna be a servant to everybody.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? You're gonna be the servant to everybody. And then, you know, a lot of these prisons, they get down pretty damn raw.
Right.
You be the only gang in there getting busted in your ass. You know what I'm saying? There's a gang. There's a group.
A gang bang.
Yeah, exactly. You be the fuck boys.
Good night.
Throwing up the FB.
Good night.
Ooh, boy.
Good night.
Damn.
Wow. Yeah.
Let's
That's
go.
tough. That's tough.
Let's go to Revelations chapter 11. The poacher is the devil that the Bible speaks of.
That's right.
Hey, go ahead, go take it from the top or something.
Okay. Revelation chapter 11, verse 1. And there was given me a reed like unto a rod.
Right.
And the angel stood, saying, Rise, and measure the temple of God.
Matter of fact, let's skip down to I think it's verse 11. I think it is.
Okay, Revelation chapter 11, verse 11. And after 3 days,
No, that's not it. That's going down too far. You see. Okay, there we go. 11 and 3.
Revelation chapter 11, verse 3. And I will give power unto my 2 witnesses.
Yes, my 2 witnesses. It's not talking about giving power to 2 men. Go ahead.
And these shall prophesy 1,260 days.
The prophecy is what? To tell the future. You know what I'm saying? What do we do out there on the street corners? Blacks and Hispanics and the ISPK.
Mm-hmm.
We tell the future. We prophesy. You know what I'm saying? And these,
Right.
even the days and everything is not literal. It's a certain dispensation of time.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? It's not literal. Go ahead.
Clothes in sackcloth.
Right. What is it? And this doesn't mean that we'll be clothed in, because you got a fake group out there that literally put sackcloth on.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm talking about, don't you?
Oh yeah. Oh hell
Yeah,
yeah.
literally put sackcloth on. That's not what it's talking about. You know what I'm saying? This is not literal.
Right.
We're wearing studded up garments and wearing the flyest garments, but our spirit is sad for the condition of our people. That's the clothing of the sackcloth.
Right.
Because we see the destruction. We out there, you know, the destruction a lot of times happening as we're teaching.
Yeah.
I remember a UPK video. I ain't been able to find, you know, but I think they took it down or something. But the brothers was out teaching, and it was some Benjamite brother that was, you know, in the middle of the street, and he was walking down the street, and he was pissed off. You know what I'm saying? He's like, yeah, they didn't have a little shirt, and he like flexing and everything, and the cops were hunting him. You know what I'm saying? You remember that?
God, you had told me about it.
Yeah, and then you seen them go off the camera. You know, UPK is still teaching, and then you hear they lit the brother up. Once they waited till they got off the camera. They ain't gonna be on the camera doing it. So they got up the block, followed him up the block, and then lit him up. And he wasn't a harm to none of them. He in the middle of the street. They on the damn sidewalk. He didn't have no gun,
No weapon.
no weapon at all. They tore him up.
And this is DC, right?
I think it might have been DC.
DC or Maryland.
Right. As a matter of fact, the generals, I remember, I think General Mayotte was there. It was a few, I think it was a few generals there.
So I mean, if it's DC or Maryland, I would say General Katham, General Shawamar, or General Q is usually there. And General Mayotte is usually in Philly.
Right.
So
yeah, I don't know where it was actually at.
Okay.
It might have been New York.
Okay, well,
You know
it all depends where it's at.
Right.
Otherwise, I'll say General Haas. You know, yeah. As far as all the brothers that's in Philly, New York,
Right.
yeah, General Mayotte, General Haas, et cetera, yeah.
Right. You know, they tore that brother up. A lot of this stuff is happening. So we clothed in sackcloth.
Right.
That's the clothes in the sackcloth right there.
Right.
We got to get up there and see that. You know what I'm saying? Why, as we're prophesying, you know, about the destruction of this place. You know what I'm saying?
He get a little definition on it.
Huh?
He got a little definition on sackcloth. It's a commentary thing.
Okay, go ahead, read it off.
Sackcloth symbolized mourning, procession.
Take your time. Symbolize what?
Sackcloth symbolized mourning,
Mourning.
procession, and repentance.
Right. Okay. Yeah, the mourning and the repentance, because, you know, what are we speaking out on them?
Right.
Repenting and the mourning, because we're mentioning certain things that happened, you know, the whole thing with George Floyd and all of that. All of this, and we sat behind this. This is the sackcloth.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's sackcloth when you go to George Floyd Square.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And then you see, you know, the devils can get away with killing us. Then you see it look at black women getting thrown around at the damn Korean stores and all of that,
Right,
and we
right.
seemingly can't do anything about it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know, all of this stuff is mourning because, you know, her hard head, she don't want to listen to you when you tell her to grow her own goddamn hair.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You know, a lot of these women is addicted to that weed, you know, like it's crack. You know what I'm saying? Like it's crack, like it's some type of meth or something, you know,
Mm-hmm.
they're addicted to it just like that.
Mm-hmm.
Because the sad thing is when you had some brothers, there was some brothers out there that went to protest against it. I think it was a few brothers, and I think it was a couple of sisters with them. They went to protest it, you know, against that same place.
Mm-hmm.
And the line was a block long of black women that didn't give a damn about that. They wanted that fake hair. That's how you know it's an addiction. You know what I'm saying? It is a damn addiction. You know, you think about it, you know, if a woman's head covering, you know what I'm saying, is her man, and her natural, you know, physical covering is her hair. You know what I'm saying? Spiritually, what type of hair covering is she taking on? Is she wearing an East Indian woman's hair?
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? And go ahead.
Yeah. So, if I may, just around the time that the sisters, I mean, when that situation happened with the sisters of the Korean,
Right.
you know, jumping that sister
Right.
inside the hair shop store. What happened was I believe like within that same week, you know, a few days, the same week or a week later, something like that. There were black men and maybe a few sisters that was trying to protest that same exact store, right? And then the Asian people in that store came out with a sign that said 50%
Right.
off.
Yeah. That's all
And
they wanted to
then
do.
black women was still going in there as if nothing happened to this sister who they don't see. That's this sister that something happened to.
Yeah, right. So that lets you know that feminist garbage that they, you know, game other black women up under that white woman is garbage. They don't give a damn about black women. All they want to do is see black women manless.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They want to see her without no head covering, that's what they really want to do.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Then they throw her ass away.
Yeah.
You know, you ever notice themselves where the feminists at? Where the feminist movement at when things like that happen?
No, where's Black Lives Matter at?
Right, yeah. Where Black Lives Matter at, which is nothing but another damn branch of feminism itself.
There you go.
You know what I'm saying? You know, where all of them at? All of them, you know, hiding crickets. You don't hear or see nothing.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Hell, they disappear better than David Copperfield. You know what I'm saying? Hell, as a matter of fact, you know, some of these world criminals they be looking for, maybe need to find out that they tactics and techniques or something to disappear. They can damn sure disappear.
No.
You know what I'm saying? When people be looking for them, they know how to get the hell out of there.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and it's like, if I may, just even talking about during camp on Saturday about the the so-called black leaders. They only show up when they have, when there's opportunity for them.
Right.
That's why we always call them opportunists.
Right.
You know, they only show up for a check.
Right.
Because lately they have been very silent and quiet like a mouse.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Or mice, so to speak. They have not been around. They only come around when it benefits them and they can get something out of it.
Right.
It's never genuine. Like anytime that we do something for the Black, Hispanic, and Native American community, we're not looking for pay.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Although the prophets should get paid, because that's how it was back in the day.
Right.
If you was traveling and sojourning anywhere, you will have a place to stay and you will get paid and fed.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? But we ain't looking for that. That's why we say even our classes are online are free.
Right. Exactly.
You feel me? Like we ain't paying. We ain't trying to have anybody pay anything for our classes. But it would make sense because this is priceless.
Right. Exactly.
You see what I'm saying? Meanwhile, the Christian church, they pay you. I'm still like it. The Christian church, they want you to pay them for nonsense that does not benefit your life, but it will definitely destroy your life.
Right. Yeah. They just want to pay you. You want to pay them for a feel good message.
That's it. Yeah.
Make you feel good.
Yeah,
They
that so-called, you know,
right,
I think I even heard a Christian say a spiritual high.
right. Actually, it's real carnal, really carnal.
It's very carnal.
They don't know the difference between
Yeah.
the two. To them, anything that feels good is spiritual.
It's spiritual, yeah,
You know what I'm
yeah. And spirituality has nothing to do with emotions.
Right. They think spiritual is doing this
Right.
and pretending that they float.
Yeah, levitating.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good. No, that's sad though. You know, because I
Right.
mean, you know, the things that are spiritual is really fit. I mean, not physical necessarily, but it's the actions of things.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? It's the actions of things. It's not something that you feel.
Right.
A lot of people say that, you know, I feel this, I feel that in my spirit. You know, I felt like God was talking to me.
Right.
You want to be very careful when you say
Right.
things like that because it could be Satan talking to you.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Right,
You want to be
right.
very mindful how you know perceive things.
You know one of the ways that that wasn't the Most High talking to him. One of the ways that is the excessive use of the word feel.
There you go.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and you don't see that in the Bible too much.
Right. Yeah, you don't.
Yeah, you don't see that too much in the
Feel,
Bible.
yeah, feel like how I feel.
Oh, okay.
You don't see
Yeah.
that. You know what I'm saying? It's either do or don't. Well,
Right.
it won't.
Right. Yeah.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? You don't see how nobody in the Bible talks about how they feel.
It's always what they see.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
And also too, when you think about it, when Yahweh Shai always checked the Sadducees and Pharisees, it was never about how he felt. He just understood the vibe of
right,
them.
Right.
So the vibe is not a feeling; it's a action.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? It's really an action.
Right.
Now, like for example, I can't feel if you're angry, if you're mad. But now, for example, like for like slang purposes, like in my generation, right? You know, if someone is going through a hard time, I may say like, you know, I feel you. I understand where you're coming from. That's just, I don't actually feel what you feel, but I understand what you're going through. That's just a figure of speech.
Right.
See what I'm saying? I feel what you're going through. I know you're going through a hard time.
Right. I feel you.
I've been there. I've been there before.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like
I relate.
I relate. Yes. Yeah, I relate. But now, you know, once again, like with the Sadducees and Pharisees, with Yahweh Shai, understanding where their mind was at, he read them.
Right.
It wasn't about their feelings.
Right.
It's just how they displayed themselves based on the things that they said. See what I'm saying? Like I mean, it's not hard to know if someone is having a bad day. Actually, we just talked about this downstairs, right?
Yeah.
So I'm saying we was talking about your children.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? It's like, you know, if you know the people that you labor amongst, you know if something is off, if it's on,
Right,
off, on, things of that sort.
Yeah.
It's a vibe.
The thoughts have a presence.
There you go. Yeah. I mean, a lot of people wear what is called, wearing your heart on your shoulder,
Right.
meaning you are displaying your feelings,
Right.
you know, throughout your body, your emotions or whatever, right? You know, and that thing, like with your emotions, is not more of a feeling, it's just more how you display it.
Right.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
You know, you have feelings, but it's good to have feelings, but it's bad to have them feelings ruling over you.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
it all depends how you portray it, or I don't like to say the word channel it, but how you portray it. How you put it out there in a sense.
Right. Right.
Yeah. Because all that channeling stuff is with the chakras and energy, all that dumb shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. yeah. I get tired of hearing that damn word energy.
Yeah, energy. Yeah.
Yeah.
I love to use that too.
Yeah, I just say like, I'd rather say the word like vibe, because vibe is like
Right.
spirit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's more like, some type of dizzy, another plane, like Negro hippie stuff.
Feelings and
Yeah.
out of body experiences,
Right.
all that weird shit. All that shit's for drug addicts. Yeah, all that shit's for drug addicts. If you think about it.
Okay, let's keep going.
Okay. And so, excuse me. Revelation chapter 12, verse 4. These are the two olive trees.
2 olive trees.
Mm.
Now, what does olive trees produce? They produce olives, right?
Yes.
What is olives used to make? What do you make out of olives? Especially back, there you go. And what is the oil used for? Right, for anointing.
Yeah, that's right.
Right?
Hey, give him a man, right. All right.
So who are the two anointed witnesses? Anybody know? Who's the two anointed witnesses?
Are the ones that you said earlier, right?
Right,
Judah and Israel.
right.
Right.
Because when you're anointed, regardless of what state you in, that anointing stays on you.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It stays on you, regardless of whether you're in the cotton field or you're in the palace. You can't get it off.
Right.
You can't take it off of you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Even though the physical oil might come off, but anointed is a spiritual thing. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And that's one of the reasons why the world wants to destroy us. They know that they can't destroy the anointings on us, but what they can do is to get us to destroy ourselves.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? The other nations can't destroy us. Keep it all the way real. They can't destroy us.
Right.
They can't.
Right.
But what they can do is get us to destroy ourselves.
Right.
All the nations know that as long as they serve their God, he'll be with them. But if they don't, then we got access to him.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They know that to this day. All of them know that. That's why every evil damn thing, they want to push it all on us.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Homosexuality, the little Nas X, what do you say, F them kids?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Now, you ever notice, I tried to look for the clip where he said that on YouTube. It seemed like it would be all over YouTube, don't it?
But it's not there.
It's not.
But
They
there
took it down. It started out there, but they took it all down.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Now think about that for a second, because Lil Nas X is bringing in the whole other level of the game. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So they, they on his side, and they, fighting, against society with him in that whole gay stuff.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna have little boys wanting to be pregnant. What type of stuff is that?
Oh, it's like actually, I believe it's on the Breakfast Club.
On the Breakfast Club?
As far as the interview that he did, actually, like I believe 2 days ago. Actually, too, it's like I was gonna watch the video because it actually came out 5 days ago. My bad. It's still posted right. I'm seeing it right now.
Okay.
It's posted 5 days ago, and I believe he did say something like F those kids, huh?
Will I get loud enough for it to play?
Actually, I don't know exact point where it's at. It's like a 30-minute interview.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, but yeah, I still haven't watched it yet. I was gonna watch it because I like to watch things like that and dissect it just to show the the destruction within our own people.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like I try to keep up with current events with certain celebrities if it's controversial.
Right.
So that way we can discuss it and show the people what is wrong and what is right.
Right.
You know what I mean? Based on certain, celebrities. You got some that have good points, and then you have some people who will just go way off, and they are just out of their mind, crazy.
Right.
You know what I mean? They are really influenced by Esau.
And Nas X, what he's trying to do, he's trying to produce a bunch of Nas X's.
Of course, yeah.
In the Hollywood and all of that.
Oh, yeah.
Where, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's definitely a satanic assault.
Yeah. Now look. At first, I was rooting for the brother because he came out with Old Town Road. He came out with a few other songs that was country, and a lot of devils was attacking him, saying that look,
that ain't country and all of that stuff.
Yeah, it doesn't fit the country standards and and then Billy Ray Cyrus, which is Miley Cyrus, father,
Right.
he had backed him up. It's like, look, he's doing a good job. Y'all just hating, and a lot of people said that country music started from niggas, which is very true.
Yeah.
Every genre.
Right.
Every genre, except for these new ones are kind of a little weird.
Right.
I don't know about no techno and shit like that. I don't know about that shit.
Techno.
Yeah, techno. Yeah,
I think that techno actually probably is a child of the music called fusion.
Okay,
You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? I think it's kind of like I remember all of those different groups back in the day that dressed like space dudes.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly.
All of that stuff and dressed in the space suits. Who was that? What was it? Earth, Wind, and Fire? Was it?
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah.
Huh?
I would always inform with all of the names.
Okay, I think it was
Yeah,
Wind, Fire, and all those type
I know,
of dudes.
I know exactly what you're talking about. But
I think it's kind of like an offshoot of that.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
well, it's a lot of genres, but I know
Yeah.
a majority of the genres Black people have made,
Right.
including rock music.
Rock and roll,
Yeah, you know, rock and roll with
Esau made it satanic, you know.
Yeah, no, he did. It's you know, they did what's it called screamo, where they scream the lyrics and songs and stuff like that. All types of weird stuff. But you know,
It's called like hate rock.
yeah, hate rock.
Like,
Yeah.
fake thing.
Yeah, I know rock and roll though was you know, who was the grandfather of rock and roll was Chuck Berry. Chuck Berry was he was amazing. You know what I mean? But he did have that one weird song. It's called "Play With My Dingling" or something. That was a weird song, but besides that, the rest of his music was actually pretty dope for a black man. You know what I mean? And Elvis Presley actually stole from Chuck Berry as well, and many other.
From that black woman, this woman, the hound song, Hound Dog.
Yes,
that was a black woman that sung that song.
Yep.
Ain't nothing but a hound dog.
Yeah.
Think about it. With Elvis Presley singing,
Mm-hmm.
this is look at the level of detachment. With him singing it don't even make any sense. There ain't nothing but a hound dog. A hound dog was something you call a man that sleep, you know, with multiple women. You know what I'm saying?
Now in 2021, you're a dog.
Right, yeah, he's just a dog, you know,
you're a
dog ass
dog.
nigga now.
Right.
Like that, you know. But but that's what she was singing about. Her man, you know, being unfaithful to her, such and such. Now, Elvis Presley don't even know what the goddamn song was even about. There ain't nothing but a hound dog. He's saying stuff. He ain't got no damn, you know, he don't even understand the song.
Yeah, also too, he stole the dance moves from a black man as well.
Right.
So
He's in black churches too.
Yeah, that's right. Yep. He actually stole, you know, like everything that he was doing, he stole inspiration from other black artists. But now back to my topic of Lil Nas X, just real fast, I'll let you continue. The thing is with Lil Nas X, like, you know, I was rooting for the brother in the beginning, before he came out as homosexual. I mean, dude was killing the game. You know what I mean? I listened to some of his other music, just, you know, it was Tawab, it was dope.
Lil Nas X, the dude that came out with that
song called Old Town Road. Okay, yeah, you probably don't know.
No more and all that.
Yeah.
That's always just seem like some gay stuff.
Yeah, well, okay, yeah. No, at first, I mean, no, I mean, it was one line. It was definitely one line that was kind of just like,
then they drew it out like that. Like, what you really talking about?
Yeah, but I mean, he actually had some other songs that came out, you know, that was country songs and stuff like that. That was really good. But then the moment that he came out as homosexual, I'm thinking, at first I was thinking, like, I think he's only doing this to get more views and popularity, because I remember General Muhammad said that there would be people who are going to lie and say that they are homosexuals to gain the popularity and get more money.
Right.
Now, do anybody remember Jussie Smollett from Empire, the gay dude? Who had said that, you know, the MAGA, you know, had attacked him, did like a gay attack on him.
Right.
Now, of course, you know, a lot of people saying that he's lying, and he's still going through court as we speak today.
Right.
And it's not looking to be true.
Right.
So, but anyway, long story short, you got a lot of people who's wearing dresses and stuff like that. They saying that they're not gay. They just, you know, changing up the gender rules and, you know, and getting outside of the norm of, you know, the gender roles and stuff like that. Like, people would do this for money. Right. Now, honestly though, even Captain Mashak has said he don't know if the brother, you know, Lil Nas X is really gay all the way, but as of recently, good night.
Yeah,
he kissed a man on BET Awards. He kissed another man. I think during one of his music videos, one of the sisters talked about on Facebook, and then somebody else just said on social media that that whole video where he was dancing on Satan, lap dance for Satan, all that meant like good night.
Yeah, he made sure he quieted all the mouths of the skeptics, or whether he was gay or not. He made, you know, he probably did that stuff on purpose. Oh, they don't think I'm gay?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but you know, also too, he did say that, you know, he does a lot of things on purpose just to get reactions out of people. They always respond. He never responds unless it's with a video. He doesn't really go online and say anything much. he says that he simply just responds with music videos and make people mad on purpose. For example, Boosie said if you was ever to see him dancing in front of children doing something gay like that, he will get up on that stage, grab him up, and whoop his behind. You see, I get it. I definitely understand.
Right.
You know, I definitely understand. And one last thing too about the brother too. You know, he also came out recently that something that went viral on the Breakfast Club. He also said something like you know, some months ago. He has said that after this album that he just dropped, I think he just dropped the album. He said after this album he's done being gay. So you know, and all that is called clickbait. That's all that really is. But that brother right there is definitely homosexual. If you kissing a man in the mouth,
Right.
you're a homosexual. If you lap dancing on a man dressed like Satan, you are gay.
You know, niggas say he's gay. He's gay. I don't care what the circumstance is.
Yeah,
Gay for
he's
pay,
gay.
gay for whatever. Gay is gay is gay.
Yeah. Now it's one thing to be effeminate. You're not necessarily gay, but you may have some gay tendencies. But if you're doing gay acts, you are gay.
Right.
Gay? Yeah. Also too, acting. I don't give acting. No, if you're kissing and rubbing and touching on a man, you are gay.
Just like a woman, if she tell you she's a hoe, you better believe it.
Right.
She ain't gonna lie about nothing like that. You know, she'll lie about every damn thing else, like the kid is yours, or you know, something like that. If she says she a hoe, you better believe that she's a hoe.
If there's about 4 or 5 people saying the same thing, hey, it's not a coincidence.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. If she say she a hoe, she a hoe.
Mm-hmm.
And then you get caught up with it and everything. Okay. You get caught up with it and everything, and all of a sudden, you know, she's first thing she'll say, "Well, I told you I was a hoe." You know what I'm saying? She let you know it first. Okay, let's get back to the scripture. Where did we leave off at? Revelation 11 and
Revelation chapter 11, verse 4. And 2 candlesticks standing before God of the earth. And if any man will hurt them, fire proceed out of their mouth, and the fire.
Yeah, man. Let's go down a bit. Yeah, complain here.
Fire proceed out of their mouth, and devour their enemy.
Right. What is that fire? Teaching these scriptures. You
Oh,
know what I'm saying? Look at the reactions that you get from a lot of people. You know, when we be out there, you know, on the corners, that fire is proceeding out of our mouth and actually destroying them. You know, and fire is literally coming to America, literally. And we've been prophesying about that for years. Okay. Now, what we're going to deal with now is this testimony. All right. As a matter of fact, let's go down to, I think it's like verse 10 in Revelations. Let's go down to there.
the Revelation chapter 11, verse 10. And ye that will, and ye that dwell upon the earth, shall rejoice over them, and make merry.
Right. Now, when did this right here happen? This right here happened with slavery, and that's where the term Merry Christmas comes from. We were some of the first Christmas gifts. You know, what better gift can you give, you know, somebody that you know than 10 slaves? You know what I'm saying? They'll go out and work and plow your field and work your land for you while you go and do whatever you want to do. You know what I'm saying? We gifts here, we were the gifts here. That's the reason why you see white people out jogging in the morning at the time when they should be at work, right? But they out there jogging because we're working. That's one of the things too, one of the reasons too that they don't like, since this whole COVID thing hit, a lot of people don't want to go back to work. A lot of white people don't want to go back to work. A lot of black people don't either. So, Lord willing, you might start to see less and less joggers. They're gonna have to take their ass to work, you know what I'm saying? Or do something, you know? Because, you know, in order for them to be up, we must be down. In order for them to enjoy freedoms and everything of life, we gotta be enjoying, we gotta be having the bondage of life. You know what I'm saying? In order for them to be in heaven, we gotta be in hell. And vice versa. In order for us to be in heaven, they gotta be in hell. We're not gonna share the kingdom together.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's not gonna happen. We're not gonna be sharing the kingdom and all of that. They can't share with you now.
Right.
The Most High ain't got a magic wand where you're gonna tap them on their head in the kingdom, and all of a sudden they're gonna, all that horrible nature they have is just gonna leave. It's not gonna happen like that. They're gonna get up on you. They're gonna try, if they could, they will get up on you in the kingdom too. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
They will get up on you in the kingdom too. Did they do it? Didn't they do it before? Yes, they did. That's what happened when Greece and Rome and all of that came down and totally destroyed Jerusalem. You know, so they're still going to have the same mind to do that because they're not going to never want to be in subjection to Black, Hispanics, and Native Indians. They're not never going to want that. You know what I'm saying? They're never going to want to be in subjection to us. You know what I'm saying? Their nature will not let them. They're not going to want that. Think about it. How many Edomites during the time of King Solomon and King David, how many Edomites were in the kingdom or in Jerusalem? Huh?
Maybe a few.
It wasn't none. It was one. Doeg the Edomite during the time of King Saul. After that, there was none. You know what I'm saying? There was none after that. Not one Edomite anywhere. You know what I'm saying? Doeg the Edomite, you know, got his issue. You know, so the time when King Solomon, you know, King David became king, you know, when we on top, you know what they'll do? They will run. They're not going to want to be with us. They're going to run.
Right.
You know, if we used to take power right now, they would run up in the mountains. They wouldn't want to live a life like that. What did they do when Rome fell? When Septimius Severus, you know, kicked Rome behind back in the day. That was a black man. That was a straight up, you know, brother right there. You know? Yeah, Septimius Severus. It wasn't like in the movie with Russell Crowe and all of that. Septimius Severus was a black man that was a gladiator, and he ended up winning the hearts of all them people. You know what I'm saying? He was taking his gladiator sweat and putting it in women's perfume bottles. You know what I'm saying? As an aphrodisiac to turn on white women. You know what I'm saying? Septimius Severus, you know, he became so beloved as a gladiator and everything because damn, he was able to kill every damn thing that came at him. You know what I'm saying? And he wasn't even no super huge, super big dude. He only stood about 5'10" and just had a real powerful, stocky, powerful build to him and everything. You know, but you know, this dude was, you know, I mean, he was, you know, smart. He was real strategic. He knew how to, you know, conquer whatever was coming at him. They sent a lion. They sent a bear. They sent, you know what I'm saying? You know, some big Russian devil or something like that. He always had a way to beat everything, and this helped him out, you know, as far as with his war prowess, you know, in Rome when he started to conquer and sack Rome, and he had the hearts of the people. You know what I'm saying? You know, that's one of the reasons why they make sure that they control black athletes today, because they don't want the same stuff that happened with Septimius Severus to happen in this new Rome. That's why they let you get so high and then they start doing stuff to you. You know what I'm saying? To get you under control. Like that whole thing with Jordan, that whole meme with Jordan crying. You know what I'm saying? They can't let athletes and entertainers and everything get too high up. Right? They got to measure, you know what I'm saying? And they got to keep showing them who's boss. Well, they didn't do that with Septimius Severus. So he just ended up getting all the love from all these people. Everybody, they looked at him as a god. So when it came time to fight against Rome, even devils helped him. You know what I'm saying? Helped him to, you know what I'm saying, to wipe out other Romans and everything. You know, that made him such a good, you know, war general and everything. So when he did all of that, where did white people run? A lot of them ran up in the mountains to hide out. You know what I'm saying? And to stay there. You know, because also too, he, you know, understood the hearts of those devils that was even helping him. You know what I'm saying? He understood how they are too. You know,
Mhm.
And they all ran up in the mountains. Okay, keep going.
Revelation chapter 11, verse 10. And shall send gift one to other, because these two prophets torment them that dwell on the earth.
Right. These two, we tormented them. You know what I'm saying? We was able to beat them in war. You know what I'm saying? They, had to, face the repercussions of their own, transgressions and everything. Look what happened during the time of King David. How King David had all the wars with all of the different heathens and beat all of them.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
He said the two prophets, Judah and Israel.
Right. Because we tormented the earth. You know what I'm saying? When they look through all the book of Judges, they put us in slavery for, 40 years, somewhere in that area, and the Most High would raise up a deliverer, and we would light their ass up. You know what I'm saying? And they had to become tributaries unto us, and we beat them down so damn bad. You know what I'm saying? We put people on the run. You know what I'm saying? They came out against us one way and broke off and bounced 7 ways. If they came at us 7 ways, then they only had one way to escape. You know what I'm saying? Remember what King David did to the Amalekites? During the time, remember when they said that they were spread all across the land because they had robbed Judah, and then they robbed the land of the Philistines and everything too, and then took the wives and the kids and stuff hostage, and they was party all of them having a big old gigantic Jewish party. You know what I'm saying? And they was, drinking and flaunting the wealth and all of that. King David come through with 400 dudes and killed them clear up until the twilight. That's a lot of damn people. You know what I'm saying? And it said only 400 escaped on camels' backs. So, so they had to rebuild all of Amalek through 400 men. That's why after that, you don't even really hear the power of the Amalekites no more. You know what I'm saying? After that incident right there, you don't really even hear about them as a nation like that. They had to go up. Remember when the Most High said he'll put out the name of Amalek from under heaven?
Yes.
That's one of the ways that he did it. Now, when Christ is going to be utterly put the hell out. You know what I'm saying? But King David, there was a forerunner, and they had to re-emerge as Greeks. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah. Wait, when?
During the time of Alexander and all that, when you go into Maccabees.
Oh, so not right away.
You're right, not right away. No, it took them a long time.
Yeah, I was going to say,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it took them. Remember that.
No, Greece wasn't even back then.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Greece didn't come around, you know what I'm saying? Till, didn't take power until Alexander.
Yeah.
It was
just over time.
Right. That's how they was doing something through like Achilles and people like that, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But Alexander is the most notable one, you know what I'm saying, for their, emerge. So they took them a long time, you know what I'm saying? I wish I could get a hold of that book. There's a book, I forgot the name of it, but it talks about, their wars, them with Japheth in Greece and all of that, because Japheth used to, Japheth, the inheritor, the inhabitor of Europe. Go ahead.
When Scotland was black?
Oh no, it's not that one.
It's not that one.
No, because this is long. That's doing like the King James era and all of that. It's something like Black presence in early Europe, something like that. But it shows that it has two people, whites and what looks like blacks, dwelling in Greece and all of that, and all in Greek Isles at the same time.
You sure it's not on our website? As far as the study tools?
I hope it is. Because that's a bad book right there.
Okay, where did you first hear it from?
Man, I heard it was a fake Israelite group long before it came into truth. You know what I'm saying? But it was a pretty deep book because it went into Japheth. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, like real heavy, real deep.
Yeah, real deep. Yeah, it went real deep. Memnon. You know what I'm saying? It said Memnon was described as a big Ethiopian.
Okay, so name of the book, like Keith paraphrase it one more time.
I think it might have been Black Presence in early Europe. I think it might have been it. But it was when Memnon was alive. None of the Greeks wanted to do anything because he was a super dude in war.
I found it.
He was a super. You found it?
Yeah. The Black presence in pre-20th century Europe. Is that it?
No, because this is way back. You know,
Okay.
20th century. That's the 1900s.
Okay, because I'm seeing that it was originally published in 2011.
Oh, it might be.
Or-
What does the pictures look like? though?
Okay, so
That's one way
otherwise,
you can tell the artifacts and stuff like that.
Black Star, the African presence in early Europe.
Are they showing the blacks and the whites that was there though?
Seeing two different.
Yeah, I'd have to see like some imagery inside of them though.
Okay, all right, okay.
You know.
I'll show you at the class then.
Okay.
All right, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, because they had one image where it was a black woman. It would look like a black woman, because actually she was a Japhite, and white woman. The heads were merged together in the back. You know what I'm
Okay,
saying?
okay.
And they both had two like different type of crowns on their head.
Kind of similar to like Janice.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's like that.
Okay.
And, you know, this is one of the artifacts. They tried to destroy a lot of the artifacts, but it was so many of them that they couldn't destroy them all. You know
Okay.
what I'm saying? The Greeks tried to destroy because they try to make it like they're Japheth.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So in order for them to uphold the line of them being Japheth, they have to destroy the Negroid artifacts there.
Right.
They have to do that because people will wonder who the hell. No, wait a minute. Who are you? Because these they are Japheth. So, but who are you? You know what I'm saying?
All right. So it's 11, if I may. So you see this, right?
It was something like that. That's how it was. That's not but that's a man and a woman though.
Okay. All right.
This was two women.
Okay.
You know, which
Yeah,
pretty much
I
saying
can tell.
two kingdoms inside the same land.
Okay.
That's pretty much representing that. You
Okay.
know, there's the kingdom of Japheth, which the Greeks and everything, because they champion was Achilles at that time.
Right. Right.
You know what I'm saying? Just like in the movie Troy, I think it was with Brad Pitt.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes. Kind of.
He played Achilles.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, and then you had Memnon. You had the one devil playing Memnon, but Memnon was described in that book as a big black Ethiopian.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And while he was alive, the Greeks didn't want to make no moves like that. You know what I'm saying? And they didn't start making moves. That's it. That's it right
got
there.
it, yeah, I got
What is that called? What's the name of it? Blacks in Antiquity.
Yeah.
This is the
I
book.
got
This is a badass book right here.
I got you.
You know what I'm saying?
Take a picture of it. I got you.
Yeah, that's a bad book right there. Yeah, I've been trying to think of the name of that book for a couple of years.
I got you. Hey, I'm your man.
Yeah. Clap that. He's not only the precept king, but he's also the technological king. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, we got to start a company called NegroSoft. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Without a copy, I don't know what the hell we be doing.
Why not?
We be
Appreciate
here.
it.
Okay. Yeah, that's the book I'm going to say it gives Blacks in Antiquity, but really those are not black people.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Those are not black people. Those are the ancient Japhites, the ancient people of Greece, and all of that stuff. They got their names. A lot of them European countries got their name from Japheth. The white people just kept it to pretend like they're them.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Just like the original inhabitants of France were also descendants of Japheth. They called them the Franco. You know what I'm saying? Or later on it became the Franks.
Mm-hmm.
And then later on it became the French. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Okay. Now let's go to as a matter of fact, we'll just go to Acts 7. As far as dealing with the testimony, I'm going to speed it up a little bit. We ain't got much time left. Peak oppresses the devil at the Bible.
That's right.
That's right.
He's the body snatcher. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? And he sat there and just take people's identity. You know, he's running around his jackets now. He got it set up to where we find out that they ain't the Jews, that they ain't the go ahead.
So it's like I was just gonna say, whenever we done Acts 7 and what?
Let's go with Acts 7. Let's start with Acts 7 and 1 because what actually Stephen is doing, he's actually giving the testimony. Yeah, we can kind of speed read a little bit through this because it's kind of a pretty long chapter, but you get an idea of what I'm saying. And you know, when it talks about the two witnesses when they shall finish their testimony, this is actually the testimony that they're giving. You know, the same testimony. Now notice after Stephen gave that testimony, they killed him.
Right.
You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Now what does it say in Revelations? When they shall finish their testimony.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? When we talk about the beast of the bottom of the bottomless pit shall kill them, and you shall see their dead bodies. You know what I'm saying? You know, with a testimony, something has to die. You know what I'm saying? It's like the New Testament. You know what I'm saying? That means, you know, certain things in the Old Testament had to die, like as far as the Levitical priesthood.
Right.
That was on his edge, had to go. It's on his way out. You know what I'm saying? And the ordinances of the priests and the certain, you know, things like that they did because the priest was so corrupt, became so corrupt and so greedy and money hungry and stuff like that. You know, they became Christian pastors.
Right.
So with the apostles and everything, now there's a changing of the guard. Something's dying so something can be born. You know what I'm saying? And that's how that thing went, you know. But as far as with them, when they should give their testimony, you know what I'm saying? When Stephen broke down the testimony, this is the same testimony we give out there on the corners.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? Every week, every camp, we giving this testimony. Every class, we're giving this testimony. You know what I'm saying? You know, so this is the same testimony that Stephen is giving. And what happens to Stephen right after that testimony? They killed him. You know what I'm saying? Okay, let's read.
Acts chapter 7, verse 1. Then he said, the high priest, are these things so? And he said, men, brethren, and fathers, hearken. The God of glory appeared unto our father Abraham when he was in Mesopotamia.
This is Stephen talking. What is he doing? He's taking the testimony, he's taking it all the way back from the beginning and running it down. You know what I'm saying? Giving the whole story like a movie. You know what I'm saying? He's running it all the way down from beginning. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
When he was in Mesopotamia, before he dwelt in Haran.
Go ahead.
And it's like, and said unto him, get thee out of thy country and from thy kindred, and come to the land which I shall show you. Then came he out of the land of the Chaldeans and dwelt in Haran. And from thence, it's like, is that Sharon, Haran, Chararran?
I think it's Haran.
Haran.
Yeah, I think the C is silent. On that.
Come.
Yeah, because Haran was actually Haran was his brother. His brother
Okay.
died at an early age. You know, he had actually two brothers. You know, Nahor and Haran, and he was in his land.
Okay, come.
Go ahead.
It's like verse 4, then came he out of the land of the Chaldeans and dwelt in Haran, and from thence, when his father was dead, he removed him into his land, into this land, wherein ye now dwell. It's like, so he removed him into this land wherein ye now dwell.
Right.
Who's that talking about?
There where ye now dwell, he's talking to the Jews. You know what I'm saying? He gave a quick summary, you know what I'm saying? Because that's who was going to kill him in this.
So in this portion of Acts, where were they? So all right, so they were in the land of Haran. Where, like geographically, where was that?
You talking about with Abraham, right?
Oh,
they're not in Haran.
So all right, so that was talking.
Yes,
all right,
yes,
so like
yeah.
come. All right. Verse 5. And he gave him none inheritance in it. No, not so much as to set his foot on. Yet he promised that he would give it to him for possession and to his seed after him, when as yet he had no child.
Right. He's giving a testimony. Go ahead.
And it's like, and God spake on this wise, that his seed should come sojourn in a strange land, and that they should bring them into bondage, and entreat them evil 400 years.
Ain't this what we talk about on the mic in the classes?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
Verse 7. And the nation to whom they shall be in bondage will I judge, said God. And after that shall they come forth and serve me in this place.
Right. Now notice, this is not just talking about one time. You know what I'm saying? Because these scriptures, these prophecies and everything will happen once, then they'll happen again.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's how the Most High's word goes. When the Most High created when he created the flower, right? One flower didn't just pop up. He spoke the word, more came, all type of different variations of them, and they filled the earth. And they'll keep going until the Most High say stop. You know what I'm saying? Whatever the Most High speaks something, it keeps going and going and going and going and going and going and going until it gets the order to stop. Just like when the men over you say, "Tazai," you know what I'm saying? And you start walking, you only stop when? If we don't say stop, where will you go? You'll walk out of goddamn town. You know what I'm saying? You just keep going, keep going. Right, exactly. You just keep going. Well, that's how whatever the Most High orders, it just keeps going. Now, when he prophesied about we be soldiers in a strange land, right? That we be sojourners in a strange land and they shall afflict us 400 years. It happened back then, and it's happening again now. But he's stopping it, so it's not going to happen again. Go ahead.
So he said, like when we were in Egypt for 400 years, he said something like, he gonna afflict us again 400 years in America. It's about the same. That's what the time about to finish.
Right. Yeah, it's the same. Yeah, it's the same. And that's why he had to reiterate it to us in Deuteronomy. You know what I'm saying? He had to let us know, look, this is what's going to happen. And I shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? He said this time it'll be a little different. You could walk into Egypt in the first one. We walked into that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But this one, you'd be going on ships. You'd be loaded, bought, sold, oil, and powdered down, or whatever you call that stuff, and put on the damn auction blocks, sold to Virginia or North Carolina someday. You go that way. And the reason why it's called Egypt, because you'd be up under the same bondage. What is some of the finest cotton on the earth in ancient times? Go ahead.
Egyptian cotton.
Who was picking?
Negroes.
Yes. Some of one of the biggest cash crops here.
Cotton.
Right. Who was picking?
Negroes.
Exactly.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And then here's another thing too. It wasn't just the tribe of Judah picking cotton.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It wasn't the tribe of Judah just picking. You know who picks cotton in Tipton, Georgia right now? Right, Tipton, Georgia. Right.
It's cotton.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a cotton. First time I ever seen a cotton field. They picking it. And they picking it for little to nothing.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And it was cotton. You ever notice a cotton commercial? It says cotton, the fabric of our lives. They ain't bullshitting with that.
Good
You know what I'm
night.
saying? Cotton was sold to Britain at 48 cents a pound. Now back then it was a lot of money. 48 cents was a lot of money back then. 48 cents a pound. So the American economy, especially in the South, was established off of that. Wall Street was established on that cotton money. You know what I'm saying? And all the other stuff, tobacco and all of that stuff. But they had all of us doing that. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
So like, I want to bring this to a point. It's like I'll say the fact class.
Okay.
I want to bring this to a
Yeah,
point.
they had all of us, even today. Yeah, this is Egyptian cotton. You know what I'm saying? You hear people brag on something. Oh, yeah, this is Egyptian cotton right here. Yeah, it's us picking. And if there's any cotton over there today, it'd still be a pig. Who's in there picking? because you got a ghetto right in ancient Egypt right now. You know what I'm saying? What is it? In Cairo, ain't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's in Cairo.
You talking about Cairo, Illinois?
No, Cairo, Egypt.
Oh, Cairo. Oh, Cairo, Egypt. Yeah.
Right. This nigga's over there right now.
Yeah, there. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Doing the same stuff that we was doing there, the same labor, picking cotton. You know, this is part of Egypt that they don't want to show you. It's the hood in Egypt. You know what I'm saying? Where niggas is at. You know what I'm saying? Doing the same servile work as we did, you know, over here and in ancient Egypt, and being treated the same damn way.
Right.
And it's even more tricky now because you got all of these different colors of people and all of that stuff, which adds even more confusion into the thing. You know what I'm saying? You know, back then in the old Egypt, you know what I'm saying, there wasn't no physical confusion and stuff like that. The only thing we was majority of mistakes sometimes mistaken for Egyptians if we had a little wealth and stuff like that, because we look so similar, we look so alike. But you didn't have all of these different colors and different, you know what I'm saying, adding the confusion. You didn't have all of that. You know what I'm saying? We was all black as hell working on those goddamn pyramids in 120 something degree heat. You know what I'm saying? You know. As a matter of fact, they even showed that in the History Channel, but they'll show it for a split second though. They showed, you know, us on the building of pyramids and everything. When they do something with ancient Egypt, a lot of times you got to watch it. You got to watch it real close because they'll show a split second and show the laborers as being black.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Working on the pyramids and all of that, you know, in that hot ass sun. You know, also, when they built the White House here, they didn't use no machinery or none of that. They used our backs to build it. You know, think about it. Egypt was known for their powerful horses, right? Why not having horses pull that shit? You know what I'm saying? Egypt was known for having some of the most powerful horses in the world. You know what I'm saying? Why didn't they use them horses to pull them big ass bricks and all of that? Because they wanted to break us down. You know what I'm saying? That's what that was all about. The same thing here with the White House. They wanted it built off our backs. As a matter of fact, it's a big mansion that, you know how, you know, the roof and everything will have these pillars, you know, in the old mansions. Well, the pillars is actually black dudes like this. You know what I'm saying? Y'all ain't ever seen that?
Yeah.
I mean, that's another thing that I be trying to find so I can screenshot it, you know, share it on Facebook and all that. Is that they're the pillars. Negroes are the pillars. And they standing like this, it's like four of them, standing like this, and the roof is on their back.
Right. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like that. You know, dead serious. This place was built off of us, straight up, regardless of what anybody say. If anybody goddamn tells you that the world don't owe you something, that's bullshit. You know, because that's what they always try to tell you. The world don't owe you nothing. Why the fuck we owe the world then? Or if that's the case, let's break even, right? Oh, y'all don't owe us, we don't owe y'all. Yeah, that's what happened during the time of Black Wall Street. And we ended up, you know, getting way above them. And while they was jumping off of goddamn banks, we was building banks. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
While they was jumping off of them, you know. So, you know, and we didn't get no reparations either. We didn't get a single dime in reparations, and vast majority of us was uneducated. You know what I'm saying? A lot of us could not read. You know what I'm saying? Couldn't read, couldn't write, and we didn't even have good clothes. We run around with some goddamn Incredible Hulk pants on. You know what I'm saying? Something like that. Right? Yeah, the slave clothes. You know, Black Wall Street was built on goddamn slaves. Everybody talk about Black Wall Street, how glorious it was, but nobody want to talk about the beginning of it. How did it start? Right. Nobody talks about that. They don't want to talk about the trench work you had to do. You know what I'm saying? How people had to leave everything that they'd known because all they knew was to be a slave. Go ahead.
And that's why to this day we call it the trenches.
Right, exactly. That's why we call it the trenches. Get down in the trenches.
Right.
Nobody want to talk about the trenches. You know what I'm saying? Everybody want to talk about the glory of something. And sometimes they'll mention how it ended. You know what I'm saying? But they won't go into detail about how it ended. They'll say, well, this war, they'll give you some, you know, pretty vague stuff. You know what I'm saying? But this goes to show you the power that we can have by separating.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? Without having nothing but brotherhood.
That's right.
And see, back then we had brotherhood because we was forced to have it.
Right.
So right now, it should be a damn choice to have brotherhood. You know what I'm saying? We shouldn't just operate in brotherhood. The ISUPK, we have brotherhood by choice because that's what Christ said for us to do.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? We have it for that. So we even stronger. We have even way stronger potential than what they had in Black Wall Street. You know what I'm saying? We have way stronger potential than that. You know what I'm saying? Because in order, like I say, in order for the world to be up, we gotta be down. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, everything and everybody fights for survival.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Everybody wants to see its agenda on the earth.
Right.
And we've been the only people on the planet that's been tricked into thinking that our agenda on the earth is evil if we want one. Go ahead.
And I also, also animals and just stay in unity, but subjugate all the other animals and stuff.
Right, exactly.
And you want to love the ones that oppress us.
Right.
You want to look for them to help us. That's not
Right. You know, matter of fact, they got a breed of ants in Africa, right? And I think they call it like the Siafu or something like that. You know, what they do is, you know, they're by themselves, they ain't nothing, of course. But they link up in like millions and they go through and nothing can stop them. They destroy every damn thing that's in its path. People matter of fact, they so powerful together that the Africans leave their doors open. You know what I'm saying? Leave their doors open during the season that they come, and they kill every damn rodent, every insect, every bug, whatever the hell is in the way. That's how they get their house clean, as far as with pests and stuff like that, because they come through and just kill and eat up every damn thing. You know what I'm saying? You wouldn't nothing. All the predatory animals and all of that gotta run. Go ahead.
It's like, I don't know if it's the same breed, but like what you're talking about with them, like I've seen them like build bridges out of each other.
Yeah, there's some true brotherhood stuff right there. Yeah, I've seen that too. They link up, they go, you know, painters and, you know, back legs and all of that, and make these bridges, and the other ones come and walk across it and shit. Yeah,
That shit work.
right. And they need to say if there's another bridge that then the other ones that walk across make the bridges out of themselves, and the other ones who were the former bridges walk over them. Go ahead.
And again, just Cat McCod with that one lyric. Go to work for the colony, bring them back to the end.
Right,
that's
damn
right.
right. You know what I'm saying? You know, so we gotta get that concept right there. You know what I'm saying? And we gotta really grasp onto that. That's why, you know, the scriptures say consider the ant. You know what I'm saying? You want to say something?
Yeah, you said it. Regard the ants field.
Right.
I seen an ant kind of suffocate a whole walt's nest.
Yeah. And shit. Them Siakus, they tear up anything that is in the way. Nothing can stand before them. Elephants, all of that stuff. They gotta run when they come. When you gotta get out of the way. People gotta get out of the way too. That's why they leave their houses and everything abandoned. They just open their doors so that they can come through and eat up whatever mice or whatever, you know what I'm saying, whatever's in the damn way. You know what I'm saying? You got a pet, they're gonna eat that. You know what I'm saying? I mean, they don't play no damn games. You know what I'm saying? They come through like once a year in some part of Africa and clean up every damn thing. You know. With that being said, we have the ISUPK coming out of 1 West on the 25th Street, Harlem, New York, and the committed to your honor, pay your tithes, support this truth. You can support us and come to the Feast of Tabernacles. The closing of the feast will be the 28th of this month. You know, come through, bring, you know, some food, bring a plate, something like that. If you can't bring a plate, just come through, be ready to learn.
Right.
Ready to listen to learn and eat you some good food or whatever, drink some strong wine or whatever it is that you like, and chop it up and have brotherhood. And start to realize that you are part of the two nations that make up the two witnesses.
Right.
Now, come on out here, you know, and give the testimony right on them corners with us. If not, support us.
Right.
That's right.
That's right.
With that being said, I'll pass the sack over to Police and Officer Mondabuck.
We have the ISUPK selected. ISUPK security announcements. We have the ISUPK started out of 1 West under 25th Street, Harlem, New York. Rule for new brother and sister. When a new brother and sister comes into the school, they're off limits for 6 months. gotta be saluted on. They're here to set themselves at work. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There's another 6 months in which the brother and sister will court each other. After this 6-month period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment. You can find it in Numbers chapter 18, verse 21, and Malachi chapter 3, verses 8 through 10. Means tenth in the Hebrew, ma'ashor. 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you, give to the treasury department or teacher. Priest fund, free will offering for priests, not mandatory. Whatsoever amount you would like. You can go to ISUPK.com, scroll down to the donate now button. You can pay tithes. Just like you can pay tithes and make donations that way. If you have the Zelle app, you can lock in. Make sure you lock this in too. First name Israelite School, last name UPK. The email is tithes@isupk.com to pay tithes and donations. Otherwise, if any school and go to isupk.com, scroll down to the contact button, scroll down to the school that's nearest you or that's farthest away from you, whoever you want to make a donation to. If they have a Zelle or if they have a Cash App or a Venmo or what have you, get in contact with them, see how best you can make any donations. You can pay cash too, like if you're local, however it goes. But get in contact with that school, see what their mode of transportation is for that. Upcoming holy convocations, I got one set on the 28th, starting at sundown to the 29th, ending at sundown. We're closing out the Feast of Tabernacles. So again, get in contact with the Slaki.
Just the 28th.
Just the 28th.
Right.
At sundown, like it don't last.
That's it.
All right, come on, Slaki.
20th and 28th.
All right, come on, okay. So just the 28th at sundown, you're closing down the Feast of Tabernacles. Get in contact with the school nearest you, see what the agenda is, see what you can contribute. If you need transportation help, what have you, if you're able to donate supplies, food, even your contribution helps. Like, just boots on the ground. Just get in contact with the school and let them know. Any brother wants to be trooping the school, start wearing all black. That means your boots, your shirt, your pant, your headband, and your scarf. And so like I said, we going forward as usual. All right, come. All right, with that, Shalom Israel, Yabashim Shabbat Kathon, Yashmar Adam Hashem Yahushua.